This crowd comes in, I'll have on this Western shooter tonight. The line of yeah, man, it's Jim.
It's a back pass with Rise on the mic. Talking for these stories, keeping vibes real tight. Legends and laughter, you know the drill. Back pass with Rise. Football, better and chill. From SG to the region, we cover the game. Big names, small clubs, the passion's the same. Stories from the pitch and the ones untold. Back pass with Rise, where the beautiful game unfolds.
Welcome to Back Pass with Ras, and this is your host Ras bringing to you a brand new episode. I hope you are all fit and fine wherever you are listening and watching this episode. So on this episode, we've got someone who's been an ex-Singapore international. He's played for various clubs in the S.League, which we'll go through during the course of the show. And most notably, he's won the S.League Goalkeeper of the Year award 3 times in a row. So it's none other than Mr. Fadil Salim. How are you doing, Fadil?
Hi Ras, thank you for having me. I think I'm good. Adapting to the new situation in life. I think that's getting well and looking forward to see what happens in the future. But grateful to be here and to have me here in your show today.
Okay, Fadil. First question I want to ask is, have you been mistakenly called Fadli?
I think a lot. I think Fadli, Fadhil, there's plenty of name that they call me. I think the reason because of the H in my name. I think that's the reason why people thought that it should pronounce differently, but it should be pronounced as Fadil as well.
All right, okay. And you're talking about new situation in life. What's happening?
No, I think now is more into coaching. I think more into having a lot of charity event with the Singa legend, which I think it was good. I think that's why I think something that I thought already be done during my playing career, but in coaching, I think there's a lot of event invitation from the Singa legend, which is good for us to get together with the old teammates as well.
Okay. And talking about coaching as well, you're a goalkeeper coach at Albirex Niigata. Was this the first job you got into after retiring as a professional footballer, or do you go into different other careers, different industries?
Okay, so when I stopped playing, I did coaching definitely as my next journey. I've been doing coaching for grassroots, for academies, and eventually I was given an opportunity by Albirex to be part of their coaching staff as a goalkeeper coach. And I think from that on until now, I'm still part of Albirex coaching team as for now.
How many years has that been?
To be exact, it has been 4 years and 8 months.
Wow, that's very... So in Singapore, we know the coaches have the grassroots nowadays, grassroots license, you got C, B, A, pro license. For goalkeeper coach, do you have a separate, do you go through a separate certification?
Yes, definitely. I think in terms of coaching, I think goalkeeper coach have an extra miles where they have to achieve in order for them to be certified. In the AFC, I think even in UEFA as well, we have the level 1, level 2, and level 3 goalkeeping. I think in order for you to be able to take all these courses, you still have to go through the normal coaching courses like C license. I think now it's more different where they had this introductory course before you can take your C diploma, B diploma, A diploma, and so on, and pro and all that. I think for us goalkeeper, we have the extra little bit of challenge and to be able to be certified as well.
Okay. Do you attain the certification in Singapore, or do you have to go elsewhere?
I think I'm fortunate enough to obtain all my coaching license in Singapore. I think FAS managed to run all the courses here in Singapore. I think before goalkeeper coaching course was a bit difficult. I think it's reason because of participant in terms of because mostly goalkeeper coach in Singapore, they will always obtain only their C license and level 1. They don't progress to take their level 2 because in order to have your level 3, you need to have a diploma B license as well.
All right. So that's your journey to getting certification because that's always important in Singapore.
Yes, correct.
Um, Now your first team goalkeeping coach. Do you coach
Yes.
the younger kids as well in the youth
But
team?
for now I don't. I just focus more on the first team goalkeeping. Yeah. So I think now is because the league have changed. They changed. There's no more under 21. Now they combine the SPL one and SPL two. And I think most of the team in Singapore they combine all their players together.
Mm.
In a roster, you can have 5 or 6 goalkeeper based on the two. Like for myself in Abirex, we have 5 goalkeepers, and I have a privilege to be able to work with an old goalkeeper like Hassan and a young
Yes.
goalkeeper like 18 or 17 years old. And I think that's a good different style of approach that you can do. I think it's good for the younger one as well because they are able to learn a thing or two from the experienced goalkeeper as well.
Yeah, on that note as well, you're coaching one of the best goalkeepers in the history of the game in Singapore, Hassan Sani. How is that? Like what work do you do with him?
I think to be fair, the relationship between me and Hassan started off. I think we are friend off the field, definitely.
Mm.
Yeah, we are good friends, and on the field, definitely I'm a coach. He's a player. Yeah, I think the mutual respect we have between both of us was definitely one of the factors that it was easy for me to manage and work with him as well. I think knowing Hassan is someone I call him is a beast because you can't go slow or go relax with him. You always have to set a very high intensity training for him. I think looking at him, you know that he always want to push himself. I think sometimes during my session, I will tell him, okay, you just do 2 set. But he said, no, 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 I need to do same as the other players as well. I think the mentality that he brings for himself and for the younger one, it helps in terms of the harmony of the goalkeeper department at Abirex.
Mm. Mm. And the goalkeeping department has always been known to be a very unique department from the rest of the team. So they always been known that there's this saying that the goalkeepers are crazy. Do you agree with that?
As a goalkeeper myself, I would say that definitely agree, 100%. I do have some current players as well at Abirex, or even when I was playing, they call me crazy as well. Even as a goalkeeper coach myself, they always say that, well, you're a bit crazy, Fadil. Yeah, I think that is the characteristic of what we brings. And in order for the goalkeeper to have this, I think it helps them a lot in their game when they are able to overcome challenges and also to have that character you bring. I think it helps a lot in terms of the players around you as well.
Mm. And in terms of your playing career as well, the goalkeeping coaches that you've had, who have been some of the most influential in
Uh, wow. I think plenty to mention. But I think the most craziest goalkeeper coach I work with is Baji. I think you know John Barrich. I think
yes,
from England. Yeah, he was
yes.
part of the goalkeeper coach for the national team. And the first time when I had to train with him, when I look at him, I'm like, well, this guy is not someone you can mess around with. Yeah, in terms of I thought he was quite stern and fierce, but deep down, he's really crazy, man. He can walk in during the breakfast time where there's a lot of other people or in the restaurant, he can start singing loudly, man. That's how crazy he is.
Yeah, that one stands out, of course. Walking through your career right now, when do you get started? Walk us through the path in the S-League first, when you
Mm-hmm.
got started and when it ended.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think in 2002, I got a privilege. I was offered a contract by Venga Dar es Salaam for Woodlands Wellington. I think at that point of time, I just graduated from the NFA, the National Football Academy before, and I was offered a contract to be a second choice goalkeeper for the team. And I think this is where I start my career off. During my first game on the bench, the first choice goalkeeper Norisham Zaino got injured, and it
Mm.
was an ACL injury. Can you
Oh
imagine
dear.
how long it's going to be?
Yeah.
And I made my debut playing against Balestier at Toa Payoh Stadium. I still remember, and that's where it started my career playing. And I think moving on, I stayed there for almost 2 years I think the head coach there, Karatu, had a trust in the younger player, and I was given the privilege to be part of the first choice for Woodlands Wellington. And unfortunately, at the end of 2003, I had to be enlisted for NS.
Oh.
That's where there was a stop for me, and I was fortunate because at that point of time during the NS period, you are able still to play for SAFFC. Yeah, so they signed me up, and I was part of the team, not a regular starter, but mostly playing for the Prime League. Yeah, so I spent about 2 years in my NS playing for SAFFC. Yeah, and it took another surprise when I was drafted to be part of the SEA Games squad for the SEA Game in Manila. Yeah, so I was part of the team with Lionel and Hassan, and during that period, I managed to impress the coaching staff, and I signed for Young Lions in 2006. Yeah, so I started off with Young Lions for 2006. It was a very good season. I think we played with a lot of good players and good coaches as well. And unfortunately, because of my age, I was unable to continue with Young Lions, and I have to go back to Woodlands, Wellington, because I was contracted before I was enlisted for NS.
Oh.
And I stayed there for almost 1 year with Woodlands for 2007. And then came 2008, 2009, I was signed up by Gombak United by John Yap, the chairman. Yeah, so my career at Gombak wasn't that so good. I had limited playing time. I had some challenges over there, and it almost stopped playing at the end of 2009. But I was so lucky that 2010, before the season start, Edi Skandar was part of the Sengkang-Punggol FC coach. He signed me up to be part for the Sengkang-Punggol FC, and from there on, history all the way up until the end of my career, I was part of Hougang United. It's about 12 years of my football career with good moments and some moment that could have been better. Yeah.
Okay. So the club that you feel the closest to your heart will be Hougang?
To be honest, yes, definitely Hougang. I think based on during that period, I think the transition, I think when they changed their name in 2011 as well, and the players that we signed and the budget limitation that we have, I think the bonding with the players, with the fans, and it was like a family during that period. Yeah, it was a very good moment in my career at Hougang United. That's why I say it was the closest to my heart.
Okay. Any in your career here, the highs, what are the highs that you've experienced in the S.League?
I think to be winning or be awarded the 3-time goalkeeper of the year was a huge achievement for a personal glory. I think in terms of for the team, I think the team achieved a lot by going to finals of League Cups and all that, and finishing in the top half of the table. I think that's one of the good.
That's Hougang, is it? You talking about?
Yes, it was Hougang. Yeah. So
on the award as well.
Sorry?
On the award as well. On the award, you won the goalkeeper of the year. Just enlighten us a bit on the process of being awarded. So, is this voted by the players in the league, or was there like a jury that decided you be the best goalkeeper?
Okay, so I think if you compare now and before, right? Before, they don't have a ceremony where they award goalkeepers for what they have achieved during the season. It was more of player of the month. Yeah, so that period of time they have a player of month for series and all that. But I think it was voted by reporters and by some jury, and it was only cast in the I think S.League.com or one of the website where they will have their best 11, and then they will put in their best award for the players and goalkeepers as well. Yeah, I think that was 2011, 2012, and 2013, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and who are some of the competitors for that award that you beat?
I think that period of time, there's plenty of qualities goalkeeper like Lionel Lewis, Hassan Sani, I think Yazid Yassin, and I think some foreign goalkeepers as well at that point of time. Yeah, I think it's a great achievement for me in terms of how I'm able to be awarded this award for straight 3 years. I think this is something that you cannot buy. It's just it's a good
Yeah, yeah, of course.
moment for me as well. Yeah,
Yeah, fantastic. Congratulations, anyways.
thank you.
You got the award still at home?
No, 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 no. I don't know where I place all these.
Oh my God.
I only keep my medal safe. I don't keep my personal award safe. Yeah, I think
Okay.
because of after I got married, I moved, and then my mom also moved, and then misplaced all these in the boxes. You need to go and find somewhere. I don't know.
All right. I hope you still have it. It's something you should cherish.
Yes, definitely.
And you spoke about Gombak United and things not going too well. What exactly went wrong there?
I think when I first signed for Gombak, I was told that I will be the first choice for the team. And
Mm.
unfortunately, I think Gombak is a team that is really result oriented. And being a goalkeeper, you know that some moment in your career that you will have or might do some mistake, and it happens to me unfortunately in one of the game. And I was subbed out during a game at the 30th minute of the match
Wow.
because of making one mistake. And after that, it went down. Like I didn't get to play. I was treated differently, and suddenly things got so bad for me that I even wanted to quit football that period of time.
But
Yeah.
yeah, okay. And what's it like working with Wenger at Woodlands?
Wow, he's a man of different characters, and I think if you look at him, you know what kind of person is he. I think a lot of people know what kind of person is him, what he brings, and how he challenge people, how he try to manipulate things to get in his way as well. Yeah, I would use that, and I think. To be fair, he have a lot of younger player. I think to be fair, he give a lot of opportunities. I think there's a good side about him where he believe in giving young players an opportunities, and I'm grateful that he's the one who bring me to be able to have my first professional career at Woodlands Wellington.
Okay. And if you were to name your ideal defense in front of you, who would be the defenders?
Wow, I think I have a privilege to play with a lot of good defenders. I'm grateful for them for helping me during the matches as well.
Mm.
And to be honest, I don't want to name anyone. I just want to say that every single defenders that I played in my team in my career have helped me a lot, and I would say that all of them play a lot of part in my career, and I give credit to all of them.
Anyone you shared a very close rapport with on the pitch,
Mm,
like very good understanding between you and the back four
okay,
or back three?
so I played with a lot of local and foreign players,
Yeah.
defenders, like I say, and I think Simon Clark was one of the first defender duel that I played with. He and Zulkarnain Zainal. Yeah, I think both of them helped me a lot in terms of building up my careers as a young player, and they helped me to be able to understand and overcome a lot of things. And special mention to Kenji Arai. Yeah, he's one of the Japanese defender that have the technical ability to help you in the game, and he will surprise you in the game as well. I think the first game I played with him at Sengkang, I think he came to play for us. Opponent played a long ball just outside of the box. I thought he's gonna clear it, but he hit it back to me, and I was like, "Wow, this guy is another level." So moving on, I think I learned in terms of how to read him, so that I don't get out of my area unnecessarily. If not, he will score an own goal. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that is something that these three players have been part special mention to them as well. Yeah.
Okay. You spoke earlier also about mistake that you made at Gombak. Any mistakes in your career that you feel, is like etched in your memory? Like, because for goalkeepers, whenever they make a mistake, it always results in a goal. It's the unfortunate nature of the job.
I
Anything like
think
that that sticks in your mind?
I think during my young period of time, I think I was playing for Gombak. I still remember in 2003. And last time, live telecast was only on certain matches, right? It's not on
Yeah.
all matches. And I remember at Bendok Stadium, we were playing against Geylang. Yeah, we had one through ball behind the defense. I came up I could have eventually cleared it, but I didn't. I chased the ball. I tried to dribble and beat the. Unfortunately, I should have passed to my own teammate, but I passed to the opponent, and it was Azhar Batsin, and he scored from the halfway line to beat me over with a lob, and that was one of the thing that I told myself that I could have just cleared the ball, but it didn't happen. It was unfortunate for me. I think I still remember that even now clearly in my picture. I can picture it like how it happens and all that. Yeah.
Okay. Growing up, were you always a goalkeeper or were you playing outfield and then became a goalkeeper?
I think a lot of goalkeepers have this story where they start off playing as an outfield. Unfortunately, they are in goal. Happens to me as well. I think it's all started in a school game. I think most of us we always want to be an outfield player. At that point of time, I was looking to play as an outfield player, as a midfielder, but unfortunately, I volunteered to be in goal during one of the school game, and that's where everything started. Playing as a goalkeeper.
Which school were you playing for?
In my primary school, I was from Jinshan Primary, and then secondary school, I was from Tangling Secondary School. I was the same school as Shari Shah. He was my teammate, 1 year younger than me. Yeah.
Okay. So this is in the south side of Singapore?
No, it's the west side of Singapore.
West.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you grew up in the west then.
I grew up in the west, yes.
All right. Strikers then, the strikers that you face, who were some of the best that you faced? Or at least some that were difficult to read for you?
Okay. All right. I think during my time, I have the privilege to play against good local and foreign player. I would say Candy Lolovic. I think he played for Balestier and Home United. One of the toughest and strongest striker that I faced against. I think Noah Lamshah, one of them, has a local player. And also Ikma Gonzalez and also Alex Dadaduric. I think these four players, I think they scored very good goal. I think very difficult to manage them. I think you really have to be at your best to stop them from scoring during my time. Yeah.
Anyone that comes to mind that you feel maybe this is a big name striker, but you feel you always had the upper hand against him?
Oh, I think that Durik. I think Alexander Durik is one of the toughest opponent I faced, and I think along the way during my career I'm able to read him, and I did save a lot of penalty from him. Yeah,
Wow.
so I think at first he was one of the toughest, but along the way when I'm able to understand and read him, I'm able to get upper hand on him sometimes. Yeah.
And then you're probably in the era that playing the goalkeeper playing the ball at the feet wasn't quite a prerequisite. Then you came to this era where it became a prerequisite that goalkeepers have to be comfortable with the ball at their feet. How was that transition for you? Was it okay?
To be fair, I think in 2013, I think one of the coach from Hougang, Alex Weaver, he already started playing this build up from the back. Yeah, and I managed to have a taste of how is it like to play out from the back, and it's quite challenging. I think if you are not technically very very good as a goalkeeper, yeah, and I think now is like a trend where every team try to play out from the back. Good situation and bad situation happen. I think for goalkeepers, it's a very risk moment. I think when they make, because we start the ball, the point of pass, or then the moment our decision where we want to play will determine outcome of the situation. I think now as a goalkeeper coach myself, I emphasize a lot of rondos, like 4v2s, 3v1, 4v1. So at least my goalkeepers are able to be comfortable with the ball. Not the best, but at least they can make better decision when they have the ball on their feet. Yeah.
Do you also tell them that, if when in doubt, just clear it into the stands?
I think I have the good relationship with the head coaches at Rex, where we have a game model where they allowed me to share my thoughts and how this situation is. I think now more of we're looking at how the opponent press. I think in a situation where we can't play out from the back, we definitely played long. And I always tell my goalkeepers, in a situation where your first priority is to look far rather than look near. I think if your first priority to look near, then you might make the wrong decision. So I think it helps a lot for the players, for my goalkeepers to know this philosophy that I share with them.
Mm. When you were, new in the game in the S.League, any goalkeepers that took you under their wings and taught you some tricks of the trade, so to speak?
Yeah, I think I work with Nori Shams Zainol. I think he helps me a lot because he's not as tall as other goalkeepers. I think he's almost same height with me, and because of our height limitation, we always have trouble dealing with crosses or high ball. Yeah, so I think I managed to learn a lot of timing of jump, when the moment to come out for crosses from him, and I think it helps me a lot. And also along the years, when we are with different goalkeepers, I think you manage to learn a lot of one of two more skills that they can share with you, and vice versa as well.
Mm. And any international goalkeepers you model your game upon, like you took
Yes,
inspiration from them?
definitely. My favorite and someone that I look up even until now is Gianluigi Buffon. Yeah, I
Oh,
think Buffon is he started his career as a 70 years old at Parma, I remember, and along the way, I think he became one of the best goalkeeper in the world. And even now, I think he still contribute to the Italian national team. I think
yes.
part of the staff, and also I think looking back at what he have achieved and using his highlight save before my game when I was playing to be as an inspiration for my game. I think that definitely one of the factors of he's one of the best that I look up into.
Mm. And when you talk about that as well, coming to today's game, how receptive are the young players to receiving advice from the older players or learning from them? Because there seems to be an understanding that the younger generation don't really care about what has happened in the past or in the legends of the game or whatever they got to say or what has happened. Basically, just whatever has happened in the past.
Mm, yeah, I think if you don't look only on football, I think you look around the world. I think it's changing in terms of how things are, and the generation of now is more to social media, and they are exposed to a lot of these things that they are looking more of how they can do this, how they can do better than this. But I think the good thing about how me bringing myself to able to get them to understand or listen to advice, you have to approach in a very softer way, like you have to give them a situation, you need to reason out with them, you need to give out three different situations with three different answers, three different, that's because they are curious, they want to know, they want to ask you, why should I do this, why should I do that? Back then it's different, where the senior player do, you look, oh, this is good, you follow, it's different, the approach is
Do
tough
as you're
love.
told.
It's tough love, but now is
Yeah.
out of curiosity, they want to know. That's where we as coaches now, we have to do a lot of research, we have to understand the players, now is more of knowing the players rather than on the field stuff first. You need to get to know the players of the field, you need to understand why this and that to win their trust before you can get what you want on the field.
Mm. And I've got a question from one of our listeners. Lingesh is asking, based on his experience professionally, would he agree that playing goalkeeper as a pro in Singapore gives career longevity? Well, of course, you have to be good enough, as in, did not really need to worry to or compete or contract with clubs as much as his peers.
Very good question. I think goalkeepers is a specialized role. Yes, and we don't have good uh, thing that a lot of goalkeepers have. Mostly, if you can see in Singapore, that a lot of goalkeepers, they don't tend to be a goalkeeper coaches. Most of them go in different path of their career, and it's a very difficult role you have to take. I think now because football changed and then the role of the goalkeeper coach changes. I think if you ask me, you have to be able to have the passion and the patience, and also you need to invest a lot of time doing this. I think this is something where there's no longer you go one side, okay, 30 minutes, 1 hour, train your goalkeepers. Now it's totally different. You will have a plan like how many minutes you do and what is the objective for today. And goalkeeper coach now they will have to do defending set pieces. You know, there's a lot of role. Yeah, you involve in build up, you involve in the moment when defending the box. A lot of factors. Yeah, so I think if you want to be taking this as a career as a goalkeeper coach, you need to invest a lot of time. You need to be patient. You need to understand. You need to be very receptive in terms of giving ideas. You know, it's no longer that, okay, goalkeeper, boom, 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 do that. No, now it's more like you have to question, you have to ask. There's a lot of factors. And in career in Singapore, I believe there is an opportunity because we don't have a lot of goalkeeper coaches in Singapore. Yeah.
I think he was also referring to a goalkeeper as professional goalkeeper rather than a goalkeeper coach. And that is also on that point. So I don't think there is a lot of good goalkeepers coming up in Singapore. Is that a bit of a drought?
Wow.
Do you feel
No,
that?
I don't think so. I to be honest, there are plenty of good goalkeepers in Singapore. To me, based on what I see, based on when I spoke to other youth goalkeeper coaches as well, there is talent in Singapore. It's just that when do we expose them? That's what I feel, because I think now is, to be honest, everyone know that Singapore football not doing the best, and result is very important. If you to expose a younger goalkeeper, you will have to take risks. Who are able to take the risk? Who are able to be, that's the only reason. But if you look at the moment, looking even after yesterday game when we watched Singapore play Thailand and all that, there's a lot of things where the gap is big. But how do we try to closer the gap? When are we going to expose these younger goalkeepers to let them have the taste of or experience it themselves? Yeah, so I think it's about time.
Any young goalkeepers now that you're working with that you feel this guy could be destined to do great in the future?
There's not only with Abirax. I think when I watch other goalkeepers as well, I think a lot of clubs in Singapore, there are plenty goalkeeper that are potentially are able to step up. And like I say, like even Aizil, I think Aizil from Young Lions, I think it's very good platform for him in the SEA Games. Playing now is for him to showcase what he can do, at least to be part of the national team. I think he should be there. I think at the moment, at least to learn some or experience with the older goalkeepers as well. And there's some goalkeepers, I think, even at my club, there's some young goalkeepers. I think they are part of the NDC setup as well. If you look at the Kallang Hub, if you are able to see a lot of good goalkeepers are there. Seriously. Yeah.
Okay. You want to name anyone from your team?
For now, I don't want to name because I think it's, to be fair, there's plenty. Yeah, so I don't want to put pressure on the younger one. So I rather keep that with myself rather than mentioning their name.
Okay. This is a point that was brought up by again one of our listeners. Totoy Puyong Toy says, Arwah late Salim Moin's son. This is something I didn't know. So
No,
the Salim
I'm
in your
not.
name,
Okay, so
the Salim in your name is
yeah, I had this of a lot of time. Okay, just to clarify, yeah, the late Salim Win is not my father. Yeah, so we have
Okay.
my father and the late Salim Win have the same name. Yeah, definitely we are not related. He just a coach.
Okay. Has he coached you before, the late Salim Moin?
No, I didn't manage to play under him as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that basically is a myth. So it's been a myth busted on the show.
Yeah.
All right. Now going on to the national team. Do you remember the moment you got your first call up and what it meant to your family?
Okay, so I think a lot of people remember me getting called up for the national team in the later day, but in 2002, I got called up for the first time for the national team. Yeah, so I was called up because most of the qualities goalkeeper were out injured. and I was part of the team that played against Oman at Bishan Stadium. I was on the bench. That was the first ever call up, and definitely as a young boy growing up, loving football, your family will definitely be surprised and also be happy for you. I think the reason why I say surprised is I started playing professionally in 2002, and to get called up in that first year as a young goalkeeper was quite a big achievement for me. It was a good learning experience, but it's just something that I think everyone in the family was proud of. Yeah.
And tell me a bit about your family background as well. What were your parents doing when you were young?
My late dad used to play football, but not on a higher level. I think of lower level football. I think the lower division, and he introduced me to football. I think last time we are exposed to a lot of English Premier League football, the '94 Malaysia Cup, and all that. Yeah, I think that's the reason why I pick up football, and it is something I think my late father and I think my whole family, they like to go to the national stadium to watch football. We even travel to Shah Alam to watch the '94 finals as well.
Wow, okay. Nice. And was there a lot of emphasis at home about education? Doing studies?
Actually, I think during my time, the other part is I think education was like a supplement for what you do. Yeah, it's not my parents doesn't like so much like you must study, you must do this, but they support what I love doing, and education at that point of time was I only focused like 50% out of 100, to be honest. Yeah, so that point of time, because football was a big thing and you can get a career out of it, and which I'm fortunate enough to have a career and what I'm doing now. But for now, I think they need to study. Education is very important for now. Yeah, you need to balance it. Yeah.
Okay. And people, I think, will remember you making a debut, they would say, against Thailand in a friendly, which is ironic because Singapore just played Thailand yesterday. What was that like? You also made a debut in Thailand, right?
Yes, it was 2006, and the debut came unexpectedly because I was on the bench. Lionel Lewis was playing and he got injured, and I had to come in to sub him to play for the remaining 35 minutes of the game. It was a great debut, I would say that, even though it was 30 minutes. We was playing at the Raja Mangala Stadium. It was a full house crowd with the light of Katisu, with the light of Tessa, all those big players at that point of time. It was a big thing for me, and even though we lost the game 2-1, I came in at the last 30 minutes and I managed to keep a clean sheet. I think that's a bonus for me. Yeah, I think that's a great debut for me, definitely.
But that moment where you were, called like, okay, you saw Lionel Lewis got injured, and this could be your opportunity, right? Or was
Yes.
there another goalkeeper as well with you on the bench?
No, in that it was a King's Cup tournament. Yeah, so during that tournament there was 3 goalkeepers. There's Hassan, me, and Lionel. So that game, Hassan didn't change. Hassan was in the stand. I was on the bench. Yeah,
Okay.
so it was a blessing in disguise for me. Yeah, so the moment when Lionel was injured, the goalkeeper coach and even the players was turning to me, "Hey, go and warm up." I said, "No lah, Lionel will get up and play. Don't worry, he's a strong guy." Then after about 5 minutes, he's still not getting up. That's where he struck in, everything come in. I said, "Oh my goodness, this is crazy." I took my time to change, to just to relax myself, because the crowd was, I tell you, it's crazy. And to absorb the pressure during the game, I think especially when you start in the game already started and you coming in, is the most difficult part of your game to manage as well. Yeah.
Your heart, was it racing?
I don't know whether it was racing, but my objective was just not to do a mistake. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any advice you got before you stepped on the pitch from the coach?
No, they just tell me to have fun and enjoy the game. That
That's
was
just trying to relax you, I think.
Yes, correct. I think they could see that I was a bit nervous, but the
Okay.
moment I step in, I think that point of time was Edis, Romani, and Daniel Bennett was the defender. They came and they told me don't worry, just do your best, we will protect you. And that's where everything's eventually managed to sunk in, and I managed to able to my game management was okay at that point of time. Yeah.
All right. The 2007, you corrected me, AFF Suzuki Cup, not
Mm.
Tiger Cup. In general, we will call it the AFF Championship.
Yes, correct. Mhm.
Okay. So you were selected for that in that squad. Do you expect that selection?
Okay, so this was the Suzuki Cup in 2007. They started in December 2006 until January 2007. So it was the end of the 2006 season. I was part of the Young Lions squad. Yeah, so I think in that year we did play in the Malaysia Cup as well. Yeah, so I had some experience, I think, playing against the Malaysian team, and then I performed quite well, and that's where I was rewarded to be part of the team for the 2007 Suzuki Cup. Yeah, so I think it was a good year for me that we won, for Singapore as well. I think we beat Thailand in the final, Ambri scoring the winning goal. Yeah, that was a very good experience for me to be able. We were not able to go home for 2 months. We were in the hotel, we were traveling and all that. I think the bond with the players, coaches, it was quite tight, and that's the reason I think we are able to achieve to win the Suzuki Cup in 2007 as well.
And in your national career, okay, I mean your career in total, so S.League and the national team career, any regrets that you have?
The only regrets I have, I think I should have taken care of myself in terms of my diet and all that, because it took me a little bit of while when I was playing at a certain level when I was in Young Lions, and then I stopped taking care. And then when I was at Hougang, when I know that I had this opportunity, that's where I really take care of myself in terms of my sleep, in terms of my diet, in terms of my recovery. I think this is something where footballers need to focus a lot on. I think this is something where we neglect. I think when we are doing well, when we are having that opportunity, we tend to neglect all this. Yeah, I think this is a factors where we need to take care of. Very important. Yeah.
And you mentioned when you were at Young Lions, they were playing in the Malaysia Cup. What was that experience like? You were once a spectator, now you are in it.
Yeah, I think in the Malaysia Cup, the experience of traveling, the experience of the fans, I tell you, it's crazy. You can't leave the stadium right after the game. You have to wait for 1 hour. You have to be safe. I think Malaysian team fans, when the team lose, they will wait for the opponent. They will try to intimidate you. A lot of things. Yeah, I think the good experience is that I managed to play against a lot of good players. I think against that time JDT was called Johor, that's Sarawak. We lost in the semi-final against Police. Yeah, and you could see that the Police fan was doing this like Italian league already, with the errors, everything like this. The smoke was everywhere. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't have to travel to Italy to taste this. It's like it's a
Okay.
good experience. Like you can never get that now. I think because now of the restriction, but before it was really crazy lah. The fans, yeah, good experience for me.
Would you say that was the most intimidating ground you played in?
Definitely. I think I want to mention against Sarawak was. I think I was playing. I was in goal, and the players was warming up. Their opponent Sarawak players were warming up behind the goalpost, and you could never expect the things and the words they say to you, man. The best thing I did was I never turned back. If I turn back to look at them, I think I will get disrupted by my game. My focus was never turn back because they were shouting at you, they were insulting you, to distract you. Oh, that is one of the crazy part I experienced in my career also with the opponent. Yeah.
All right. So this is the second time you've mentioned Italy. Is that your favorite national team?
To be honest, I used to like Italy before. I think because with the light of Gianluigi Buffon, Alessandro Nesta, Cannavaro, Maldini, go on. I think they have a very good defense. I think the flair. You look at the Italian player, at how the charisma they have. It's like so fluid and nice. Like it's so nice to watch them. And the reason why I love Italy before when I was growing up is because of the mentality and the teamwork and you see the never die attitude that they have during the game. It really brings something like you want to achieve that as well. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a good coincidence that I wore the Italy jersey today.
Yeah, I know. I saw, especially now Diadora. I wish I could have one.
Yeah. Yeah. So wow, that's fantastic. All right. We are almost at the end now. If you had to make a comparison between the players in your generation and the players today, how would you compare? Maybe give one good comparison and one negative, the pros and the cons.
Wow, this is a very good question. I start off with my generation. Okay, so in my generation, the thing is that we have is the mentality and also the willingness to want something, because last time you are not fortunate to be given a lot of things, limitation of opportunities, like I say. Yeah, but for now opportunities are plenty for the players. To be honest, I tell you the privilege that the players have now. Like you could see the younger players, the support from the parents are really so good. You know, last time the parents, they support you, but they don't go to your game as much as now. Now you could see the parents are more into it than the players. If you watch the youth football, even when you go to SYL games, you watch some parents. I could see that the parents have more energy than the players. Yeah, sometimes I wonder whether is it the player who want it or the parent who want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Maybe
I
the
think
parents are living through the players. They wanted to do this, but they couldn't do it.
maybe some are like that. Yeah, maybe I think because they want the best for their kids. I think every parents definitely want the best for their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think now it's more about how the parents want their kids to do best, and also the mentality I think could have been better. I think if the players now they can grow a stronger mentality, you know, now is more approach is totally different. If you ask me as a coach, I cannot go straight away and direct coaching to them. I can do that with Hassan, but I cannot do that with the younger one. Yeah, because Hassan will understand better than the younger one. The younger one, you need to know when the moment to tell them something, because you need to know where's the trigger point to hit them. If not, they will turn at you and they don't entertain you. They just look at you and then they will just keep quiet. And you know that they are feeling it. Yeah, so you need to find a good moment, you know, after training, because now is the players are exposed to a lot of things. I think all of us know this, where social media, I think social media kills a lot of things, definitely. Yeah, but I don't say social media is bad. I say social media is, if we use it in the right way, I think it helps all of us, definitely, because I'm a social media user as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
so for me, I think that has a good platform for players to use in a right direction rather in a negative direction. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So that is that. We're from the same generation actually.
I
So I
know.
can I can relate. I can relate to
Yeah.
you. What are you saying? Especially opportunities, but
Mhm.
I always feel our generation was very hungry about football.
Yes.
That's how I felt.
100%.
Like, we would do anything to play football. We would do anything to watch football, to read about it.
Mhm.
And yeah, whatever means we could get, because, like, as you say, we had the very limited opportunities. Even when you talk about like football in Europe, we
Mhm.
had Premier League and Serie A highlights once a week.
Mhm.
You
Yes.
get to watch the matches,
Mhm.
unless maybe you put out an antenna to watch TV3.
Yes, correct.
You
Yes.
might get
Mm.
only one game a week. It might not be your favorite team,
Yes.
and Indonesian channels will show the Serie A one game a week, and that's it. And you never know what time the game is going to come on. You think, okay, it's at 10, and you put on at 10, or it's not on yet. So because there's this thing as daylight
Yes.
saving, right? We didn't know
Yes.
in all those in those years. So this I feel is one of the biggest difference, is the hunger
Yes.
we have for
Mhm.
football and the
Yeah.
passion we have for it compared to today. Today, I think they have a lot more opportunities and interests. I
Yes.
think interests have grown a
Mhm.
lot. Yeah. So are you a father?
Yes, I'm a father of two. I have a daughter and a son. Yeah, so
Okay.
my son is joining CCA football, and I told him no pressure, just enjoy.
Yeah.
No,
Maintain that.
but I don't push him. But he's the one. He came back and say I choose football as a CCA. I say okay, good, and then he keep asking me, can you teach me this? Can you teach me that? And I say okay, I will try my best to teach you, but I will not give him all. I want him to explore himself. Yeah, I think it will help him in terms of how he can manage better. If the moment you try to, I scared, I will get over me, and then I will push him so much, you know.
Okay, okay, okay. I get it. And how old are they?
My son is 8 years old. My daughter is 10. Yeah, quite young, very young. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, young kids. Okay. Wish them all the best. And
Thank you so much.
yeah, and also, I mean, you already alluded to this point. Education is very important nowadays.
Yes, very, very important. Now, I think it's not, I think the reason why I say education, not only to my children, but I think even to the kids outside, even some kids, even sometimes when they ask me and all that, I thought that it's very important for you to balance. I think in Singapore right now, if you ask me, is the stability and the opportunity given is very lucky. Yeah, to me, it's like luck. Yeah, because last time there's more clubs where you are able to have a long contract with the club, but now not many clubs they give more than 2 years contract. Yeah, they just give 1 year, and I understand the difficulties of that for the players or parents to encourage their children to play football, but you might try and take risks. I think risk is something where we try in our life. I think they have to take risks. Take risks and see how it goes. I think risk is like if you fail, it's learning opportunity. But if you don't fail, it's also a good opportunity to grow forward. Yeah, this is something where in life, where not only football, I think everywhere is the same. You need to take risks. You take risks, you will get a lot of outcome. Trust me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a motto in life.
Mm-hmm.
There
Yeah.
is also one competition I believe you started. Is it called Goalkeeper Wars?
No, it's not me. It's one of my colleague at Abirex. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
so
Yeah, I
he
know that
started.
LBRX is linked to it. It's not you.
Yeah, so they did the goalkeeper war. I think he had some sharing with me and asked me this and that. Yeah, I think it's a good thing that he did it. Yeah, because I think in the US they started this first, right? I think
Yeah,
now
yeah,
it's
yeah.
I think Malaysia also doing it, Australia also doing it. Yeah, I think if someone who can do like a Southeast Asia tournament would be good, you know.
Yeah, it is a very interesting
Yeah.
tournament. It's just a
Yes.
matter, I think, of getting to know the dynamics of it, the
Yes.
details of how it's run. Yeah. All right. Okay, Fadil, thank you very much for sharing your journey, your stories, your experiences from then till now. Who would you like us to interview next?
Oh, good question. Who do I? I think if you have you get Sharisha or Kairu Amri or whoever or Bai or whatever, I think it's good.
Yeah, all three of them I've approached. Shari Richard say no at this point. Cairo Amri didn't reply. Bai say he's got his own thing coming up. So we
Yeah.
just spoke about it on Sunday again.
Uh-huh.
He's got something in the works, so
Yeah. Or
we'll
you
let him
get
be with that.
I think it's good to get I think to get someone who's still playing where they can share the old generation and now generation with the players. I think
Yeah.
Hassan will be good.
Hassan, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm actually waiting for him to retire. Then I would interview him.
I can hint him a little bit today.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
he could be keen.
Yeah.
Anyways, also, what do you feel is the secret to the longevity of the goalkeeping career? Because a lot of goalkeepers have lasted beyond outfield players. You spoke about Buffon. Buffon's career has been
Mhm.
very long till he was in his 40s. The Dino Zoff as well won the
Yeah.
1982 World Cup in his
Mhm.
40s. I think there are other examples in the world. Edwin van der Sar played quite till
Mhm.
quite old, quite late in his career. So
Yeah.
yeah, what do you feel is the reason behind that?
Okay, if you ask me, based on after I spoke to Hassan after training, I think it's because of the training session intensity and all that. Okay, you see, for goalkeeper, it's a skill where you have to stop the ball going into the goal, and your basics is already there. You know, it's only the situation that you face. So for doing training session, all these older player where I old goalkeepers where I managed to ask, and you know they don't do so much of training. Even I think last time there's in Abiraj there's one goalkeeper I think quite old. I think I forget his name. They only train for 2 days. You know, they don't train for 4 days. The
Okay.
reason why is because they just need to get that sharpness. They need to just get that game situation. For players, it's more different. I think you are more connected with the other players in terms of physicality. You know, is more demand in terms of. For goalkeepers, I think they are not in action so much, but they are focused more on their concentration with their brain, where mentally they are very tired after the game because they have to stay focused. But physically, if you are not playing in a difficult game, you are quite fine. You are able to do a lot of things. But for players, the difference is they have to run, they have to do this a lot of things. But for goalkeepers, if you ask me, the reason why they're able to have long playing career, I think because of managing their training program. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That that enlightens us. So maybe when we speak to Hassan, we'll get a bit more details on this.
But for him, he doesn't want to train 2 days. He want to train whole week. You know, that's the thing about him. You cannot stop him. I ask him to stop. Also, he keep pushing himself. That's the difficult part about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what makes him great, I guess.
Yeah, that's the reason why he's still playing.
Yeah. All right, Fadil, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. I think great catching up. I think thank you for the opportunity for the ex players to share stories and all that. I think it's a good thing. Yeah, I think it's good sometimes to share these stories, and you can bring back memories and have a good moment and then think about it, and you know it's just one part of your life that have passed. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope more ex-players are willing to come on board and share their stories. That's also very important. So
Yeah.
I'm really thankful that you agreed to be on the show.
Pleasure. Definitely anytime. Just let me know if you need anything. I definitely be on board to help and be there lah. Don't worry about it.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
so
you so
this is
much.
me. Welcome. This is me, Ras, signing out. Ciao.